First, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are having, a great week or about to have a great week. And we're going to be doing this market outlook. And I hope with this, possible chart setups that we're going to be looking at, we're going to make good money together. All right. Now, this past week, it was kind of good, not the best. I mean, 2 weeks ago was like, beautiful. But this last week was like very slow. I didn't really see much A plus setups like that. All right, so it was like kind of slow. But yeah, I had good runs. I had good wins. And the last win I took was V51s, right? V51s. It was solid. It was a very beautiful trade. I think we took an entry once, and then I had to take another entry again. But when price came back to the same entry level, I took another entry. So yeah, it was good. That happened last night. Yeah, that happened last night. So it was solid. Now we're going to look at it together again. Let's see what opportunity we have to look out for. But the number one pair that's on my mind, the number one pair that I've been anticipating is Crash 600 sell. And I'm still pretty much sure of that sell. I'm pretty much sure it's gonna sell. So yeah, that conviction, that confidence that you have when you just know that okay, this is what's supposed to happen on this pair. So remember what I've taught you all over the years, right? I would say over the years because that has been the one thing I've been talking about, right? Which is top-down analysis, identifying where price is coming from, so you can be able to tell where price is going to. And from this very chart, this is like the most beautiful chart I've seen so far this year, crash 600, and it's very, very evident, very obvious that it is bearish, right? So we had a sweep of liquidity here. We have this breakout structure here. This was serving as a 50% retracement liquidity that was taken out. And this was serving as what? A breakout structure. All right. So this became our what? This became our POI. All right. Now you can see how beautifully price respected our POI. All right. Which gave us what? Our starting point. And then what gave us a finish point, which means crash 600 is going to do what? Sell all the way from here to here to here. Now the thing is, we don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know how many weeks it's going to take. We don't know how many months it's going to take. But one thing we know for a fact is that this started selling since on the 4th of June of January, and it might extend all the way down to like, let's say, a couple of months, March, February, April, May, who knows? But one thing remains certain is that we are bearish. All right. So what do I want to look out for? I want to look out for a sell continuation. All right. So let me go to my 4 hours time frame to try and identify, a structure to see what price is trying to do. Now, if you notice what price is trying to do, price is trying to sell in this zone. Now, why is it trying to do that? Because we had the continuation structure here. We had a sweep, a break, liquidity, which price eventually what? Took out. And then this gave us like a sub start and finish point. All right, which means price sold off from here, which means it has to sell to this point before it finds its way all the way down to this final finish point. So now that we're able to identify where price is coming from now and where price is going to continue selling from, what do? I go down to my 1 hour time frame, and on my 1 hour time frame, this was supposed to be our continuation structure. All right, to continue selling crash 600, because this was serving as 50% retracement liquidity, and this was serving as a breakout structure. So we had this like this. All right, so I was anticipating price to do this, to sell off from here, and then I noticed that price rejected and sold off. But why did price do that? All right, why did price do that? I was curious, right? Why would price come all the way here instead of coming to this POI and sell off? Then I realized that, okay, there was this, if you notice, is like very tiny. But if you go on the 30 minutes time frame or 15 minutes time frame, you see it more clearly. We had a sweep of liquidity, we had a break of structure, we had a 50% retracement here like this, right? And then we had a break of structure here. So this served as a new POI, which price rejected from. But my take is this, right? What I assume is this is not a very solid POI. This is not a very solid structure. This one is much more solid. All right. This one is like it's not a 1 hour time frame structure. This is more or less like a 15 minutes time frame structure. But it's still worth the risk because I'm still going to take the risk on this trade. Now, reason being that price gave us what? A continuation structure from this structure here, which means we have a sweep of liquidity. This became what? This became a 50% retracement like this. Boom. Right? And then this became what? A breakout structure here, like this. All right, which means this becomes what? Our new POI for a sell, right? So I have my, my supply level inside the zone on the 5 minutes time frame to give me a more precise entry. So price sold off, came back into the zone, sold off again. But where I feel price should sell off is from here. We have like a supply level here. All right, so I'm expecting price to come back into that zone. So price came so close to it, sold off. All right, but I'm expecting it to come back there. But if it does not come back there, no problem. Now, two things are going to happen. Either price respects the structure, and then we sell from here, like this, to the downside, right? SL here, or price takes this out and sell off from here. So this is what I'm expecting crash 600 to do. But I'm still on the lookout for it. So yeah, this is like my number one pair on my watch list. And then secondly, I have let me check my watch list. I have jump 50. All right, I have jump 50. Let's look at it together. Jump 50, top down analysis. Um First things first, where's price coming from? Where's price going to? All right, that's the very first thing you want to try to identify. Now, on this daily time frame, we can't really see where price is coming from and where it's it's going to. All right, we can't really see none of that. So let's check our 4 hours time frame. What do we have on the 4 hours time frame? Now, on the 4 hours time frame, we do have something. We do have something on the 4 hours time frame. All right, but here's the thing. We have a buy structure here. Oh, sorry, not this pair. On this jump 50, we had the sell structure here like this. Now look at what price is trying to do. All right. Price did what? Price took out this liquidity here like this. All right. Price took it out and then it sold off. All right. But inside the zone, now on a much higher time frame, we add this. All right. So we add this. So we had the sweep of liquidity there, like this. We had a break of structure. We had a 50% retracement here, like this. And then we have what? A break of structure. So this became a protected eye, right? Jump 50 is still very much bearish. So price sold off, but I don't usually sell at the very first entry. What I do is I wait for price to give me a continuation structure, which it did here. So we already have a sweep of liquidity. This now served as what? A 50% retracement. This served as what? A protected eye. All right. And this became what? My POI. All right, for a continuation structure, and price is approaching that POI. Now, the thing is this, right? Unlike crash 600, my conviction on this trade is not so solid. All right, it's not as clear because on crash 600, you could see on the daily time frame, we already had a very very, very obvious and clear starting point and finish point. But here on Jump 50, we only had the starting point and finish point on like the 2 hours time frame and the 1 hour time frame, right? So if I'm to risk $2,000 on Crash 600, I might be risking like let's say $500 on Jump 50. Do you get the points now? So you need to prioritize. You need to be able to tell which one has a higher chance of playing out so that you can, increase your level of confidence in risking on that particular trade. All right. So that's what I have on Jump 50. But these are the only two pairs that exist for me that I know that, okay, yes, these are actually okay. Aside that, nothing else on the chart, but we're going to look at it together. Let's see if we can identify something or not. Now, V10s, there really isn't much on V10s, but it has been bearish. It has been selling, right? It has been selling. So what do we want to do? We want to identify where price is coming from, where price is going to. And if we cannot identify it on the daily time frame, we go to the 4 hours. If we can identify it on the 4 hours, we go to the 1 hour. And if we can identify it on the 1 hour, we go to where? Nowhere else. That's the last bus stop for me. Okay, so once I see that nothing exists on the 1 hour time frame, I move on to the next pair, which is what? V10. So on V10, same thing, daily time frame. What do we have? We don't have a starting point, we don't have a finish point. All right, we don't have none of that. So let's check the 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame, what do we have? Now on the 4 hours time frame, we have this. Price just recently took out what's this liquidity here on the 4 hours time frame, like this. I only trade quality setups, A plus setups. I don't want to stress myself trading things that are not necessary. Okay, so this is what price is currently doing, which means we already have a starting point and a finish point. All right, so we want to see V10 give us this. Boom. All right, that's what we want to see. And then we look for a continuation to the upside. But for now, price hasn't given us anything to work with. It's just ranging within that, liquidity zone. So we wanted to trade above the liquidity before we know that, okay, for a fact, this is bullish. All right, so just be on the lookout for it. And then V51s, what do we have? Daily time frame. Let's check. It's been bearish, right? It's been selling to the downside. So there is no there's no recent structure that shows that we have a starting point and a finish point. So we move on to the next. All the finish point has been hit. So daily time frame V251s, same thing, no starts, no finish points. So I move on to the next V25. Now, something interesting about V25 is this. On a much higher time frame, like the weekly, monthly, there used to be a starting point here. And then there used to be a finish point. Like, let's say this is our finish point. So V25 is still very much bearish. Okay, it's still very much bearish. So now, if you notice what just happened, right? Price gave a structure into the zone inside here, came back into it, and then sold off. All right, but we don't really have a clean structure for a sell continuation. So I'm just going to wait it out. All right, just it's all about patience. All right, you just have to keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. Let price give you what you're looking for. Do not rush after it. Just stay patient. Now, V30s. Let's check the 4 hours time frame if you see anything interesting on V30s. All right, I'm seeing something here, but I want to be sure. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a structure for a sell on V30s like this. Now, this is liquidity. This is our protected eye. All right, so price took out the liquidity, which means we have bearish. Okay, so if I were to trade this would be my continuation structure. Since we already have a sweep of liquidity, this would be my 50% retracement liquidity. But is it up to 50%? Let's check. Very close, almost, but not exactly. So this is going to be like very risky. So what I would rather V30s do is this: sell off and then create more sell structures to the downside. That's when I'll be interested in selling V30s. But for now, nah. Now V50s on the other hand, this pair is a psychopath. Yeah. We have a starting point here, right? Price has been ranging for days, no, not even days, weeks. It has been ranging. So I just left it. I left it. Now, remember what I said? What do you do in a ranging market? You stay away. So I just left. I left it because it was so stressful. It's exhausting, like mentally and psychologically. All right. You want to stay away from trades like this. All right. That will go up, come down, go up, come down, But the thing about this is once it breaks out, it's gonna skyrocket or it's gonna tank. That's the beauty about it, breaking out. That's the beauty about a ranging market. Once it finally breaks out, boom, 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 boom to the upside. All right, but let's see what happens there. But I'm still very much bullish until price takes out that protected low. V50 on the other hand, daily time frame, what do we have? Now, I see something interesting. A starting point here, like this, and a finish point here, which means I am bearish on V50. So where would be my continuation structure? Let's see. No continuation structure for now. So I'm just going to leave it be. Like I said, the market hasn't really given us anything worthwhile, anything to work with. So yeah. Uh, so this is V751s. Now V751s has been bearish. Now I had this markup since I think this was back in November. Yeah, I did the analysis and I was like, okay, V75 is going to sell all the way to this point. All right, and it did. It sold off, right? So all we just have to do is what? Look for a continuation structure on the 1 hour time frame. And where would that be? Let's try to identify it together. Where would be our continuation structure on the 1 hour time frame? Now we do have a continuation structure here. I don't know if you can see it, but we do have this. This is a continuation structure. All right. And price took out the liquidity. Okay, this is a protected eye. But I don't just go jumping in into trades just like that. Nah, I don't do that. All right, I don't do that. I mostly just, you know, wait for price to give me a continuation structure inside the continuation structure, and then I go in. All right, that's like the secret sauce, the secret ingredients. Not like secret per se, but that serves as a confluence, like an extra confluence to actually help you, you know, to gain more confidence in your trade. All right, so we've done all the way to V75s. So let's check out V75. Now, V75 has been tanking, tanking, tanking. So all starting points and finish points, everything is been exhausted. So nothing on that. Next, we have V91s. Now, V91s is a crazy pair. But yeah, this is like one of the most volatile pair. So I had this marked out back in September. Price did this. And now this is what January. All right. This was a continuation structure for V90s. And now it finally, about to smash TP. All right. It's getting to the finish point. So what do I want to do? I just want to keep looking for sells, 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 sells until price, finally gets to where this finish point. But for now, we don't really have a sell continuation structure. So we just have to wait it out. Okay, so it's all about waiting it out, waiting it out, waiting it out. No rush, no rush. If you could take just 3 trades a week and they're solid, you're good. Or 2 trades a week and they're solid, you're good. All right. So yeah, I've done all the pairs from V10s, V10, 15s, 25s, 25, 30s, 50s, 50, 75s, 75, 90s. Now let's look at V101s. Same process, rinse and repeat. Okay, this used to be a bullish market for me. Now price is skyrocketing. All right, so there are no start and finish point for now, but it's still buying. Okay, so let's check out the next pair, which is volatility 100. I'm trying to see if I can mark out all synthetic pairs before our time, finishes. Now this is V100 daily time frame. We obviously have a starting point here, like this. Price just recently tapped into it. All right, price just recently took it out. So on the 1 hour time frame, what would I be on the lookout for? I'll be on the lookout for a continuation structure on the 1 hour. So I want price to give me something like this, like this, like this, and then take my entry like this to the downside. So that's what I'm looking out for V100. What next do we have? I think that's the last on volatilities. Let's look at step index. Step index 100 daily time frame. What do we have? Ooh, we don't really have a starting point and finish point. Nothing. So what I'm gonna do is Move on to the next. Step 200, daily time frame. What do we have? 4 hours time frame. No start and finish point. So I move on to the next. Step 300. What do we have? Daily time frame. Mm, 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 mm. Do we have a start and finish point here? I don't really see the starting point and finish point here though. But let's check the 1 hour time frame. Carry on my way, son. Till we peace where you went down. Lay we tears. Don't you cry. I don't want to force this. I don't want to force this. All right. So if it's not clear for me, I leave it be. Do you get? If it's not clear, I just leave it be. I don't need to force it. All right. I need something that's so clear as day. Do you understand? So step 400. Nothing on step 400. And lastly, step 500. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. I think we do have something though. Yeah, we do have this. All right, we do have this. So this was a starting point. This was a starting point, and this was a finish point. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame to see what's happening. Now, we have a liquidity here, which means there's a possible 1 hour time frame continuation structure here like this. Let's check it out. I see my dreams are broken in your hands. Do, 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 do. I see the words unspoken inside. But you're I'll give you everything. All right, this is what we have. Come around, sunset. Let your warm spray through my soul. All right, so that's what we have on step 500. So I'll be on the lookout for it. I'm not really counting on it, but yeah, that's everything on. So we've done all on volatility. We've done all on step index. Now let's look at all on jump. All right, let's look at all on jump. Daily time frame, what do we have? Now we are very much bearish. All right, we're very much bearish. Let's check the 4 hours time frame. All right, so yeah, I think we are very much bearish. So we had this. So there used to be a sweep from way back. All right, a sweep of liquidity from way back. So this was liquidity that price took out. So price sold off, right? Then came into the zone and then continued selling from here, which was so beautiful, like this to the downside. So it's gonna keep doing this until it gets to the finish point. Do you understand? It's gonna keep doing that till it gets to the finish point. And yeah. So I've talked about everything on volatility step index just in case. All right. You're just gonna have to watch the video again to see for yourself. So jump 25. What do we have? What do we have? Now, jump 25 had always been bullish from here, right? This used to be the finish point. Price came close to the finish point the first time, failed. Close to the finish point the second time, failed. Now it's, just doing whatever it's doing right now. So, yeah, it's kind of like confusing though. So I don't really like pairs that are confusing. I want it to be definite. I want it to, have substance. Let it be able to tell you that, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. This is where I'm coming from. This is where I'm going to. The moment I start second guessing or start getting confused on what trend it is actually, I just leave the pair. All right. So I just leave it be. Yeah. So that's it. Um, but yeah, I'm actually bullish on jump 25 until it takes out this low. That's the only time I'm going to change the bias. Until then, yeah, that's my trend. So jump 50, I think we've done jump 50. Let's check out jump 75. Let's check out jump 75. And all right, so jump 75, daily time frame. Where's our starting point? Where's our finish point? I don't trade breakout blocks. I don't trade support. I don't trade resistance. I don't trade trend lines. Do you get? I just strictly trade this, and this is what I know. Okay, so yeah, on the weekly time frame, we have a starting point for a sell on jump 75 from here. Now let's just believe that, okay, let's just assume that this is our finish point. So we're just gonna have to keep looking for what sell structures to the downside. Sell, 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 sell to the downside. So on the 4 hour time, okay, let me check out the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, what do we have? We don't have a continuation structure yet. So let's move on to the next jump 100. So far, the only two pairs that I know that are kind of like solid are jump 50 and jump 50 and crash 600. All right. So jump 100 is bearish. All right. Till tomorrow is going to be bearish. I think it just eventually, I think that's finally the finish point. It had always been bearish. So all of these pairs, are what I'm looking out for. All right. So these are the market outlook we have for this week. So the most prominent ones are what do you call it? The crash 600 and jump 50. And also keep an eye out for jump 10 buy. So you should look out for continuation structures on jump 10 buy and also V100. Sorry, I said jump 10. My goodness. For V10 buy, look out for continuation structures on V10 buy and continuation structures for V100 sell. All right. So these are the pairs I'm looking out for. I'm looking at crash 600, jump 50, V100, and then V10. All right. Those are the most pairs that I just know that, okay, yeah, this one's have, all right, a solid start and finish point. So that's it. That's it. And wish you all an amazing week ahead, a profitable one. Trade responsibly. Always apply risk management on whatever trades you're taking. And yeah, we'll meet again next week.